Okay, now we're gonna find the surface area of a cylinder. If you had your star chart, you would simply look up the formula. If you don't have it, make sure you have some notes out and write this down. We're only doing one example, so take good notes. So again, this is surface area, this is not volume. And last week we did volume, which was pi r squared h. This is not volume, this is surface area. It is a cylinder. So basically, you're gonna go to your star chart and you're basically gonna find the formula, which is 2 pi r h plus 2 pi r squared. Now again, when you don't have any signs, this is basically 2 times pi times radius times height plus 2 times pi times radius to the second power. So anytime there's not a sign in the middle, it basically means to multiply. The cool thing about this formula is the only two things you need is a radius and a height. And over here you need a radius, but it's the same thing. So all I need is a radius and height. Now I want you guys to remember, and if you need to write this over here, when you have a circle and you only go halfway through it, that's a radius. And if you go all the way through a circle, that is a D, a diameter. Okay, this formula is asking for the R, the radius. So you have to ask yourself, in this picture, here's my circle for circular base. Did they give me an R, a radius? Well, radius only goes halfway through, but this 16 goes all the way through. So that 16 is not going to be a radius. This 16 is a diameter. So to find the radius, simply cut that in half, which means divide by 2. So 16 divided by 2 is 8. So I could literally cross that off and put from here to here, it's only 8. And the height is the number, basically the other number. It connects these two circular bases. The circle to the circle is connected by the height, which is 21. Now we're simply going to plug this R in anywhere down here that we see an R, and we're gonna plug this H in anywhere that we see an H. So we're just gonna follow from left to right. So the formula says 2 times pi, so I literally write 2 times pi. Times, now I write my R. Well, my R was 8, times my H, my height, which was 21. Now my plus sign, 2 times pi, times my R again, but this time they want me to do my R to the second power. So 8 to the second power. Now, if you don't have your graphing calculator, the easiest way to do this is to type this side in, and instead of using a pi button, you guys know that pi is 3.14, and then you would type this side in and then add those two together. But if you have your calculator, it makes life so much easier. You simply come right here and you're gonna type it in just how you see. So I have 2 times pi. See if I can focus that just a little bit better. Okay, so I'm on 2 times pi times 8 times 21 plus 2 times pi times 8 squared. And that's my answer. 1,457. Point. Now you can see that it's 0.69, but we would round it. Even if we rounded it to the hundredths place, that's going to go up and that's going to go up. So it's going to be 0.70. There's no units on this. There's no centimeters, inches, feet. So I'm just going to call it units squared. Now let's talk about what you would have done if you did not have this type of calculator. So let's just say you had a basic phone calculator. The way that you would have put this in is put in this left side right here all by itself. So I would put in 2 times, instead of pi, because we don't have a pi button on our phones, I would just put in 3.14 times 8 times 21. And I just hit enter. And right here would be that answer, 1055.04. Okay, then I would do this side over here. So I would do 2 times pi, which is 3.14, times. Now, if you don't have a square button, do you know that that just means itself times itself? So it's 8 times 8. And I would get 401.92. And then I would just add those two numbers together. Now, it's slightly gonna be different from this because earlier I used the pi button, which is more accurate, and here I rounded pi to 3.14, but you're gonna see that the answer is super, super close. So I'm just adding 1055.04 plus 401.92. And here I got 1456, so it's slightly off 0.96. But you can see that the answer is very, very, very close. So if this is a multiple choice question, I mean, the answer is gonna be one of those. So it's really no big deal if you have to use a basic calculator. It's easier if you have a graphing calculator, but it's no problem to put in that left side, put in that right side, and simply add them together. Okay, don't forget that if it goes all the way across the circle, you have to divide by 2.